It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
To beat the man, you gotta beat the man. Woo!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729288. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729288. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the world heavyweight champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us HEWWrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here.
HEW Entertainment Variety Radio. Very pleased to welcome back to my show for the first time in a while, referee James Joyce. How you doing?
How you doing, sir?
Pretty good. What's been up with you since the last time we spoke with you? It's been a while.
Oh, yeah. How have you been?
I've been doing pretty good. What have you been up to since we last spoke to you?
Well, a few refereeing assignments here and there, mostly in the Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts area.
Right, are you still getting a lot of feedback on your Facebook and your MySpace and stuff like that? I know MySpace is pretty much dead now, but are you still getting a lot of fan
Yes,
feedback?
it is.
Yeah. Are you still...
MySpace is sadly not very active at all, but Facebook is.
Yeah, Facebook is really taking over. Do you find that you're getting a lot more feedback now on Facebook than you were perhaps on MySpace? Or?
Yes. I mean, I think it's just evolution. Right now, MySpace is just not being used at all.
Yeah, I know, it's absolutely useless. So have you had the opportunity to referee any big matches nowadays? Like any notable names on the independents? Or?
Robbie E. from TNA. I refereed the match between him and Frankie Arian recently.
Right.
In Connecticut Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah, Frankie Gazarian is actually a very well-known person and someone I had the privilege...
I'm sorry, Frankie Arian, not Frankie Gazarian.
Okay, great. Now, how did you find the chemistry between those two wrestlers? Did you enjoy, working with them? What's your fondest memory of that match?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your question. I'm sorry.
Okay, what's your fondest memory of that match? If you had to pick one thing that stood out in that match, what would it have been?
Pretty much a crowd reaction. When you have TNA talent like Robbie E. in a match, people will respond a little bit louder because they recognize him a lot faster, and the fact that he's coming to your hometown, I think, creates more excitement for the audience, to the idea that this is someone who you see on national television performing in front of you. So the idea of him in your hometown wrestling a local talent creates more excitement, and just the crowd noise is good. Yeah,
definitely. Now, do you watch much of the TNA product, or do you just kind of, follow it on the independents when you get the chance to, see a TNA talent in person? Do you watch much of it when you get the chance, or?
When I get the chance, I try to follow TNA. TNA, with my work schedule, I really don't get a chance to see TNA too much. I follow it mostly online, but when I do have a chance to watch it, I try to watch it right now.
Yeah. Now, Ring of Honor...
At 9:30 p.m. on Thursday.
Right. Ring of Honor and TNA seem to be the only other option we have right now, being that the WWE product is constantly changing. Are you enjoying the fact now that Triple H is finally taking over, or?
I hope if it's not an angle, I think it could be good for WWE. It's one of those deals in which it depends.
Right.
It's if you've ever seen the film Charlie Wilson's War.
Yeah.
One time in which the Philip Seymour Hoffman character was told the story about the old master. Every time the old master heard something, his answer was depends. If a child was born from a family that was of Rascallions, he said, if people said this child will grow up to be a thief and a criminal, the old master said, maybe it depends. The young man ended up gaining a horse, and they said, well, you'll use that horse in order to ride roughshod, attack people, destroy crops. The old master said, depends.
Mm-hmm.
Then the kid ended up helping out with a war, and they said, he'll grow up, now he's going to become a great hero. The old master said, depends. You really don't know in advance.
Right.
Triple H could help. The fact that Triple H is younger and Triple H has been in-ring talent for as long as he has and has worked on top as long as he has, can help.
He
and
can.
can help with apparently what CM Punk had nerve with when he did his infamous promo, the idea that in-ring work has really, really been ignored in the last few years.
Yeah, and not only his
Triple
in-ring work, but a lot of people have been ignored. You know, I think CM Punk spoke for a lot of people when he did that rant.
He did. The old question is, simply put, is that in itself a work? Did CM Punk essentially speak from the heart? Did he essentially say something that was already determined for him to say in order to get the kind of reaction he did from the fans? Or was it like a combination of the two?
Right. Now, I spoke with the Ring of Honor owner, actually. I spoke with the Ring of Honor owner a few days after that rant, and he actually loved the fact that CM Punk put him and the other guys over, you know. That he kind of loved the fact that he promoted them, really.
That's good. That's very good. A lot of people I've known who have worked with said that Colt Cabana is an extremely, extremely good man.
Right.
A very classy individual. I'm glad that he got his career a boost from this, because if you check out a lot of informational sites, Colt Cabana has popped up a lot more often in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Do
you think Colt Cabana?
Extremely good talent.
Do you think
work.
that
He is an excellent work.
do you think that Colt Cabana is eventually going to show up in WWE now because of all these plugs he's been getting on the actual WWE product, or?
I think he may. To be honest, it's not just the plugs. It's the fact that, someone could drop a name over and over again. If either Vince or others do not think that he's worth it, and if Triple H is not impressed, then chances are he won't work.
Yeah.
The thing is with Colt Cabana is that he's got the goods. He's great on the mic. He's great in the ring. I don't see, in the fact that now CM Punk has stirred the pot in order to get people interested in him again as a WWE talent. I don't see why it can't happen. People like Sable sued the WWE for several $1 million. She came back. Colt Cabana's got as much chance as anybody. More chance, probably.
Colt Cabana is a pretty well-known name, so I think that if eventually he makes his way into WWE, then it's going to be well deserving of him to do it. And I think that CM Punk just mentioning all those Ring of Honor talents kind of just puts Ring of Honor on a whole other pedestal now, separating them from other independent companies.
Absolutely. And also, again, his talent. The fact that he's not just someone who CM Punk likes personally and works with well.
Right.
The fact that the man can work well, period, helps him greatly.
So are you guys still drawing good at your independent shows you're doing, or?
And Saturday in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, I'll be working for New World Wrestling in this coming Saturday. I do not know exactly what matches I'm in, but I do know that Joseph Von Schmidt, again, Robbie E. from TNA, the former X Division champion, will be there.
Mm-hmm.
It should be a good show.
Right, great.
And,
Okay, now Joseph Von Smith is someone that actually comes to Canada here a lot, and I've had the opportunity to actually speak with him several times, and he seems like a really nice person.
Oh yeah, he's unique. I'll put it to you like that. He is a very unique individual.
All right, great stuff. Well, is there anything you want to say to your fans, like to come out and check out these shows before we get out of here? We got a couple of minutes here remaining, and I'd like to thank you for doing this on such short notice, talking about the CM Punk rant, Triple H taking over with his new job title. I'd like to thank you. Is there anything you'd like to say? Is there a website you want to throw out there? Or?
Right now, I personally don't have a website. I do. I would just like to have people to support independent wrestling. In particular, since I'm there, I would like people to support independent wrestling in the Northeast, as I find that independent wrestling Northeast is among the best in the world. A lot of talent that has made it into the upper echelons of the WWE and TNA has come from the Northeast. So,
Right.
if you can't follow it at all, please do so.
So do you have
You'll be
any?
rewarded by doing so.
Do you have any last-minute advice for anyone that probably wants to try the refereeing thing? Because I know a lot of people, are trying to do the referee deal now, trying to do that to take the easy way into the business. Landing a refereeing contract seems to be the way that a lot of people want to go. Just recently spoke to a young man who actually does radio, actually retired from doing radio and started doing the referee thing on the independents. Do you have any advice for anyone who wants to do the referee thing? Or?
Well, that's the thing. Some people enter refereeing aspects of wrestling thinking that it's the easy way to go. You are fooling yourself if you actually think that. Refereeing is a great responsibility for wrestling in regards to the idea that you do still need to know how to accurately protect yourself from falls, how to position yourself in a match, how to make sure you work in a match, make sure that no one gets hurt, including yourself, and then make sure that the match looks very presentable to the people.
Right,
You
definitely.
need to make sure that you actually can take care of yourself as a worker, although you're not a competitor, so to speak, in wrestling. You still have to be trained. You still need to make sure that you know what's going on around you, and you need to essentially just make sure you don't embarrass yourself in promotion. The worst thing you can do is do something that can potentially either harm yourself or harm the two people or more people who you're working with. That will not only lead you to never getting booked again, in all likelihood, it will, again, if you have a conscience, you injure two other people.
Okay, great.
You gotta look at it like that. If you're going to be in refereeing, you gotta be able to physically deal with things that many wrestlers do. You may not be asked to do the same things, of course. You're not going to be asked to drop kick. You're not going to be asked to even try a shooting star press. But you're going to have to know how to physically take care of yourself and also be able to work a crowd and also be able to feel off a crowd without giving so much to the crowd that you are essentially,
Right.
distracted from the match itself.
Do you have a
It's
YouTube?
about
Do you have a YouTube channel or anything you want to promote? Or?
Personally, I do not. Promotions I work with frequently, if you'd like to check them out. New World Wrestling, as I mentioned, my next show will be on Saturday with them. They are on YouTube. Connected Wrestling Entertainment, the CTWE, which I work very, very often for, a very good promotion out of Connecticut. They are on YouTube very often. I would love for the audience to check it out. You'll see very good wrestling. You'll see myself. Hopefully that's a selling point, but no question you'll see good wrestling, and it'll be worth your time.
All right. Thank you so much, James, for stopping by for us.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. For James Joyce, I'm Jonathan Clarke, and we'll see you soon.